Hey guys, David here from Investor Prime TV. Sofi Tech has got upcoming earnings on the 1st of March, and I believe that it's got the potential to really send this price heading up to $25. I mean, we're pretty much on the road to $25 right now. Despite that, there's some things that you guys need to be mindful of leading into the earnings and on the day of the earnings and also after the earnings. But in this video, I'm going to go through why I believe the price could potentially get to $25 very easily actually. And also I'm going to let you guys know what you need to be wary of. And I'm going to go through what to expect in the lead up to the earnings, on the day of the earnings, and also after the earnings. So make sure you guys watch to the end so you don't miss any information. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe and of course hit that notification bell. Give this video a thumbs up so this information can get out to like-minded people like yourself. With that being said, let's get this bread. Sofi has got their earnings coming up on the 1st of March 2022. They've actually got it after market close, which is usually what happens. So first of all, I expect a lot of trading volume on the 2nd of March. But if I have a look at Yahoo Finance, so current price is sitting around $13. The volume right now is sitting at 36.7 million. Average volume is sitting at 50 million. So what this is telling me is that in the lead up to the earnings, which is expected, the volume is actually picking up. So there's a lot of people getting involved in it. So a lot of buyers are potentially getting in because right now it's sitting at a bull run. Again, we'll go into the price action in a minute. But a lot of buyers are getting in and potentially a lot of short sellers are trying to cover their shorts. They're trying to get out in the lead up to the earnings and potentially on the day of the earnings because look, no one wants to be caught with their pants down, right? Especially in the stock market. You don't want to get any surprises. So that's partially why there's an increase in volume. So if we head down to essentially the main part of basically the next couple of weeks, and that's the earnings. So if I have a look at, there's the annual earnings and the quarterly earnings in particular. So if I have a look at the quarterly earnings from Q1 all the way up to Q3 of 2021, so the earnings have been getting progressively better, and in particular looking at the difference between Q2 of 2021 and Q3 of 2021, I mean, look at that, like that's massive. Basically the earnings went from negative 165 million all the way up to 30 million. So they've gained back a lot of their losses, and not only that, they could potentially be doing business better, making more profit, etc. I mean, which is basically what they're doing from Q2 to Q3. They've made an increase in revenue, and not just that, but also, like I mentioned, the losses are getting smaller, which basically means overall budget, overall revenue for the company. And this is only a good thing. And this is partially why the price right now, investors are getting on board. The price right now is increasing because people are believing that Q4 of 2021 is going to be good. You know, they're going to beat the EPS and all that stuff. So this is really one to watch out for, and it's really exciting times for Sofi Technologies and also investors who are long on Sofi. So the 7 analysts overall saying that this is basically a buy heading towards a strong buy. So this is really good because analysts, whatever they say, tends to sort of influence the market because a lot of people respect analysts because they work for all these big financial firms, Goldman Sachs, all of that, you know. And I'm gonna go into basically institutional buying on a different video, so make sure you guys tune into that. So let's hop over to the chart just to see what the price is saying. And right now the price is looking pretty good actually, if I don't say so myself. I mean, the price came down all the way down to pretty much oversold territory, all the way down from, I would say most recently from $14 down to $10. I mean, that's quite a big move considering the price of the actual asset, but there was a lot of bullish rejection pushing the price up, and this is pretty much where there's a lot of demand coming in the market, and the price pushed all the way up to above the 10 moving average, which could have seen the potential momentum shift from the bears to the bulls, basically from the sellers to the buyers. But the sellers basically took control and brought the price back down below that 10 moving average, saying nah, there's not going to be a momentum shift, you know, you guys are at it, you know, we're going to keep this price falling all the way down, potentially other shorts getting involved in the market, you know, all that. But since then the buyers have actually pushed the price back above the 10 moving average. Now what this will mean is that potentially a lot of short sellers are going to start panicking. You know, they're going to be like, you know what, we got in here, the price has been rising, we're basically at a loss. Imagine you get in at $12.64. So right now you're at a loss. You know, you'll be panicking, you borrowed shares, you need to start trying to cover your shares, all of that. So there's potentially going to be a lot of panic here, which could see short sellers leave the market, and I'm gonna do a video on the short squeeze, potential for a short squeeze, because I can see it. So make sure you guys tune into that. It'll be leading up to this earnings announcement. There's a lot of information I can cover, but I can't cover in one video. So make sure you guys keep tuning into those videos just to see what's going on with Sofi Tech. But anyway, so there's potentially a lot of like short sellers now panicking, and they could start getting out, and this will create a lot of demand with it, and therefore increase the price even further up. And seeing as the price is sitting quite comfortably above the 10 moving average, so this could be the start or potential start to an actual momentum shift between the sellers and the buyers, so we can start seeing a really good bull run. This bull run could head up to $14, roughly $14. Between $14 and $15 is essentially a resistance zone. So anywhere within this area, you can maybe expect a lot of resistance. It's exciting times. We just need to wait to see what the price does when it gets to this area. And of course, I'll be covering Sofi Tech in live sessions. I'll try and do live sessions every day, and also videos, just to keep you guys updated. Make sure you guys subscribe to this, and of course hit that notification bell, just so you guys don't miss any vital information, especially if you're invested in Sofi Tech. So another thing I want to show you guys, and it's a piece of good news for the buyers, is if we have a look at the MACD, right now there's a golden cross on the MACD, which on the MACD shows that a momentum shift from the sellers to the buyers has been established and is going strong. So you can expect the price to definitely or most likely get to between $14 and $15 just to test that resistance area and potentially break above it. And if this is the case, then with the help of the actual earnings, a lot of demand getting driven into the market in anticipation for the earnings being good, I can see this price heading up to $25. And why I said $25 is pretty much the peak around this area. Well, $24 for a 1 cent bulb. I mean, if you want to get technical, then, but I would say roughly around $25. And the reason for $25 as well is that if it breaks this, then this will be classed as a breakout, but we'll cross that bridge as and when we get to it, guys. So if you guys have stayed with me this long, and especially waiting to see what you should be wary of or mindful of in the lead up to the earnings, is that traditionally what happens with earnings is this whole buy the rumor, sell the news type of scenario, whereby right now there's the rumor that Q4 earnings of 2021 is going to be good. So a lot of people are buying up, especially seeing as the price has dipped a lot. So a lot of people are buying on the dip. There's a lot of demand being driven, etc. So when the earnings actually comes out, whether or not it's good, there could potentially be a dip or a sell-off, and this could be a lot of people taking their profits because maybe the price has got to the overbought territory or whatever, or a lot of short sellers are jumping in because they're anticipating that there's going to be this sell the news type of scenario. So guys, that's something you should be wary of. The sell-off might not be big, it might be a very small sell-off, and then the price basically takes off again. So that could be a small recovery, but this is something you guys need to watch out for. So guys, those are the things to watch out for, and also the key areas of resistance and key areas on the chart. Prices basically to watch out for in the lead up to the earnings, and potentially when it gets to the earnings, and I'll be covering this step by step leading up to the earnings and on the day of the earnings, just basically letting you guys know what's going on with the price and also in the earnings, etc., what to expect. And as well as doing videos, you guys can join me on my live sessions. So I'll see you guys on the next video and possibly on the lives. God bless.